So this may be a little random, and tell me if you agree with me or not. Like, I won't judge you, but I truly feel like Nickelback gets a bad rap for absolutely no reason.
No reason. No reason whatsoever. We were talking about this a little bit before. You said it is a meme to hate Nickelback.
Literally, it's like the biggest meme to just shit on Nickelback.
They have a couple good songs.
They honestly do. Like, they have some bangers. Like, I won't lie. Sometimes I just straight up listen to a few Nickelback songs, and I'm just straight vibing. I feel good. I'm in my zone.
The other day, I was at work, and I didn't really know what to listen to. There were no new podcast episodes out on the podcast that I listened to, and I'm like, I don't really want to just go searching randomly for music, so I just put on an early 2000s album, early 2000s playlist. A couple like early 2000s goodies came on, and some Nickelback songs came on. Nickelback, I think, is responsible for some of the best guitar riffs in rock music.
Yes.
But the reason why nobody gives a shit about those riffs is because they're Nickelback songs.
Honestly, it's just become like, oh, you don't hate Nickelback? You're a fucking scrub. Just let me enjoy music, fam.
Exactly. Which is why I say this a lot, but younger me may have made fun of you for your music tastes, but nowadays I am all about the idea, because it's true for me as it is for a lot of people. Music is a very personal thing.
Yeah.
You can take let's say our public playlists that we have on Spotify, for example. That's just a bunch of stuff that we've been listening to. It's not necessarily, I mean, I wouldn't say not necessarily, but it's, some of that music is just like, oh, I like this just for the sake of it being awesome. It's not necessarily a song that is really near and dear to me.
It's just something that you're enjoying at the moment. Like, you're just vibing with it. I will say a random thought about Nickelback. Their lead singer, Chad Kroeger, he's done a decent amount of songs with Santana.
Yeah. Oh my God. What is the name of that song that he did with Santana? It's such a, dare I say, sexy song. Into the Night.
Yes.
That's
a really good song.
Can we live right now? We're not going to play the audio, but can we, and I'll like cut through it, but do you want to sit here and listen to that song real quick?
I'm down.
Oh yeah, that's right. This starts, oh my God. I remember watching this on my old shitty tube monitor computer.
Honestly,
back when videos were only 360p. And that was the highest resolution. Dude, this guitar riff is so iconic.
Santana's riffs in general are so good.
Santana made me want to get a PRS guitar until I realized that I'd have to take out a fucking loan from the bank to own a PRS. PRS guitars are like 4 times my rent.
Yeah, no, like, I've always been obsessed with those kind of guitars.
Although, the second that guitar gets in my hands, it does not sound like Santana.
No, it's like, and I get that.
I can play a G chord. All right, I want everybody right now, homework for this podcast. I don't care who you are. Everybody must go to youtube.com and type in Into the Night by Santana. Listen to that song and tell me that you are not tapping your foot, or at least your finger. Like, his voice, I want them to do an entire album. Is Carlos Santana still alive?
I'm pretty sure, yes.
I would have heard about it.
Yeah.
The whole world would have heard about it.
Yeah.
It was kind of like when Robin Williams passed away. I remember, it's like, I don't remember where I was for like a lot of big celebrity deaths that happened this year, but I know exactly what I was doing and where I was and what time of day it was when Robin Williams passed away, when I heard. We gotta watch Robin Williams movies, at least one. Anyway, Nickelback aside, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to episode 4. Welcome. It is 12:33 a.m. in the morning. This is the first time we're doing a late night episode, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Usually we do it pretty early in the day. Well, like late afternoon, early evening. Because
of the fact that I virtually have absolutely no sleep schedule at the moment.
Yeah, I get that.
If we were to record our podcast around 2 p.m. or something like that, that's pretty early for me.
Yeah.
It's been so weird how a lot of people's normal patterns have kind of been disrupted. I know plenty of people that have gotten back on track, but it's like, I know a lot of us haven't.
Yeah, because so many things have just been halted because of everything.
Pretty much. And now in Biden's America, you know, we're going back into shutdown anyway. So it's like, you know, it's sadly for the best.
Yeah.
But it is definitely kind of, you know, nervous to see what's going to happen again. Mm-hmm. But it, unfortunately, I think is necessary.
Yeah. Like, look at New Zealand.
Look at beautiful New Zealand. New Zealanders.
You Kiwis.
You lovely, lovely Kiwis. Do you maybe have a little bit of room?
Please let us in.
For two beans to come join the Kiwis.
I can say hello in Kiwi. Hello. I'll fit right in.
I'm not even going to try.
It's like Australian, but not as intense.
Yes. What? I don't know if we should keep this in the podcast, but I'm going to ask it anyway. Why do New Zealanders get upset when people confuse them with Australians? Or is it just Cat?
No. I've seen like a few Kiwis be like, hi. I think it's mostly because of the accent, because people say they sound so similar, but like if you really hear it, it's a lot different.
I have, on my dad's side, a couple of my cousins married guys from Australia. Uh-huh. And I've grown up and I've gone to family reunions where they've been there, and I've heard them, young me, enamored at an Australian accent.
Yeah, like they're real. Dope accents. Like,
I've seen Kangaroo Jack.
I loved that movie.
It's so good. I haven't seen it in years. I think the last time I saw it, I was maybe 10 or something like that.
Yeah, no, same. I was really young.
By the way, guys, we are going to be starting this week. I can't put a date on it, but we have committed to sitting down for a session to watch a couple things and try out some commentary videos. See how that goes. We're gonna.
I'm really excited about it.
There you go, promising things again, Brianna.
Nah, but like, we are gonna do it because I know I really want to do it. I've always had that interest of doing like commentary stuff over things that I really enjoy, or even like things that I haven't seen, like just like new experiences. Experiences.
And also, if you think about it, I was gonna interject, and when you said you've always wanted to do commentary, talking over things, I'm like, well, if you think about it, that's what we've been doing for like the last 3 or 4 years or so.
Exactly.
Like, how long have you been streaming?
Almost 4 years now.
Okay, and you never did anything like YouTube prior to streaming or anything like that?
So, when I was like 9 or 10, I had this red Dell laptop, and I played a lot of Guitar Hero, and I played Habbo Hotel. Do you remember that?
I don't.
Oh
Habbo
my
Hotel.
God, it's like
we have the internet at our disposal.
Yeah. Yes.
What was it called again? Sorry.
Habbo. It's Habbo.
I can't type today. Jesus. Habbo.
Habbo Hotel.
Habbo.
It's like you create a character and then you talk to other people. It's kind of like Club Penguin, but for teens. And with like normal looking avatars.
This looks cool.
Yeah, no, it was a lot of fun. But yeah, so I made a video about Habbo. Keep in mind, all of these are taken down because, wow, me at 9 or 10, like recording myself with the fucking webcam on that laptop and just laying in bed like, hey guys.
Wow, so you were doing Let's Plays like before the peak of Let's Plays. How old were you again?
I was like 9 or 10.
9 or 10. Okay, so we're around the same age.
Yeah.
So, hang on. I'm trying to think. When did the peak of... PewDiePie is the one that made Let's Plays, like, popular.
Yeah.
If I'm not mistaken. When did Let's Plays get popular?
I don't know if you've ever heard of Vash12349.
No, was that you?
No, not at all. He was a guy. I found him when he was playing Dead Space. So he did like playthroughs of all the Dead Space games, and he was just really funny. Like he didn't have like a webcam or anything. He just talked over it.
Okay.
So he was one of the first people that I watched on YouTube, at least.
Apparently, Let's Plays started in 2004.
Oh, so I was not.
When did Let's Plays on YouTube get popular? I'm probably gonna give you the same information.
So yeah, I made those kind of videos, and then I got my first ever FC on Guitar Hero.
Oh.
Yes, and I recorded that. It was a Linkin Park song, What I've Done.
Nice.
On it might have been World Tour, Guitar Hero World Tour. I don't know. But it was my first ever FC, and I was hype, and I literally took my laptop, put it in front of my TV, and recorded
That's
the
awesome.
TV. Yeah. And I had it on YouTube.
I remember as a kid, back when I still had my N64 and my original Xbox, this was right around the time when my family started to get better internet.
Ooh.
And it wasn't state-of-the-art internet, but it was better than what we had.
Yeah.
And I remember watching tutorials on how to do things, and nobody really had capture cards or old screen captures like Bandicam and Fraps before those programs came along.
Dude, do you remember Camtasia? Like, did you ever see that shit on YouTube?
No.
That's what like everybody used to like record their screen and shit.
Camtasia. Is it still around?
Probably.
Camtasia. Yeah, Camtasia screen recorder and video editor.
Yeah.
It's
I used that. I remember making this one video. I don't know why I did this, but I was like really obsessed with like computers when I was younger, like just like doing all that shit. And so I made a video, like a tutorial on how to like get rid of a certain virus. And I was like, oh yeah, you just have to use this software. And it got like a couple thousand views. And I was like, damn, I did that. But that was
pretty cool.
Yeah.
We have a YouTube channel out, guys. You guys can go subscribe to the channel. It is called The Daydream Arcade. You can't miss it. Same branding.
Yep.
The first 3 episodes of the podcast are up there. There's going to be video content coming soon.
Yeah.
And just excited to make shit. I feel like every single episode, we just say we're ready to make shit. But it's because, dead serious, we're just ready to make shit.
Yep. This year has been too shitty. I just want to fucking be happy and do something that makes me happy and that I'm excited about. I can wake up and be like, hey, fuck yeah, I have something to do.
I see sometimes I'll see you tweet from our Twitter and I'm like, oh, that makes me so excited to know that someone's just excited to do this as I am, because I'll go to do something sometimes because we normally meet up the night before to make sure all the finishing touches are there, that everything gets uploaded and whatnot.
Yep.
And I'll go to do something that I forget, and you've already done it, and you're just like, "Oh no, I did it. It's all good." And I'm just like, "Man, it's
so good. It's like nice to have someone literally just on the same wavelength and like just on the same page at all times. It makes things like so much easier and so much less stressful."
Yeah, because that was definitely one thing that I was kind of worried about.
Mm-hmm.
And because not only do I appreciate the fact that you're always around and that you're always available, just knowing that like we've both gone through a lot of shit this year and are like both continuing to go through shit this year. It's kind of, nice to know that regardless of the fact, that sometimes we may just be checked out for a bit, that we both still have that kind of work ethic, to still make sure that shit gets done, because we promise new episodes each week, and I know that it's gonna eventually get harder and harder as the year goes on.
There's gonna be a week that like it's gonna be hard, and like we might not be able to do it, and like we'll miss an episode, but it's life. It happens.
And not even necessarily miss an episode, but if we're ever just, if if an episode feels stale, I guarantee you guys we will make sure that we will never put out dog shit.
No. Like, we never want to seem like we're just doing shit half-ass.
I cannot tell you how many times in the past where I've, especially over on Mixer, sometime when I experienced that first burnout, because when I first started streaming, it was really cool to just see, you're on this platform that's slowly starting to get eyes on it.
Yeah.
And a lot of people are succeeding on this platform, and a lot of people are seeing tremendous amounts of growth in some areas, and people are starting to get followings. And it's something that got really addicting for a while, to the point where I didn't really know where to stop. I didn't really know when to stop. I was doing sometimes 8 to 10 hour streams every fucking day. And it gets to the point where, eventually, if you don't take care of yourself, it's going to reflect on the stuff that you make.
Yeah.
Whether you sit there and play games, whether you do art, whether you do music, if you do this shit a lot, and there are people that do this shit and are perfectly fine. I can't imagine that they're 100% perfectly fine.
Oh, no.
But
it's a fucking taxing hobby, career, anything that like you claim it is. Like it's hard, because every single day you have to you need to have some sort of personality when you go live. And it's hard to constantly be in that headspace.
Once again, that's why I kind of feel bad sometimes for people who have a large following, because then it's just like you are under a fucking microscope.
Yeah.
And people scrutinize every little thing that you do.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I've been going through some shit lately where sometimes I've been second guessing things that I've been doing, and just thinking sometimes like, oh man, maybe I don't belong in this industry, because it's like sometimes, I don't know, it's like we were in a tiny bubble, kind of for a long time, and then the bubble gets popped, and then it's kind of like sink or swim, and a lot of people are sinking and a lot of people are swimming. I feel like I'm somewhere stuck in the middle, because throughout my life, right, I have put time and energy into a lot of different things. I've done sports before as a kid. Like I said, I did YouTube for a little bit. I've done a bunch of different things for a short amount of time, and I've just kind of given it up. There's like a lot of other things too that I'm not mentioning, but I think content creation and stuff like that, and just having some sort of presence on the internet. This is one thing that I have done the longest out of everything that I've ever tried.
Yeah.
And because of my past and knowing that I will work hard at something, but will eventually just give it up, I'm like, when is this going to get boring?
Yeah.
Is it ever going to get boring?
Yeah.
Because I've taken steps back. I've taken breaks before, but ever since I really started to feel like I had a community of people, I've made amazing friends, and I've gotten to meet you. I've gotten to meet Kat. I've gotten to meet a lot of our friends.
Yeah.
And
I was so thankful for that experience, because I remember when I first joined Mixer and I saw like so many people going to PAX and like going to conventions and all that. I was like, damn, I would love to be able to do that one day. Mm-hmm. And truly, I just didn't think it was going to be something that I could do, that I was like capable of doing. Yeah. And then it happened, and I was fucking over the moon.
That's how I felt too. As in high school, when I first started, watching Let's Players and stuff like that on YouTube and seeing them go to events like PAX. Yeah. I was like, man, that's like Comic-Con. That's like video game Comic-Con.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking that's such a grand scale event to go to. To me, that's like going to WrestleMania.
Yeah.
But for video games. And I'm like, maybe that's E3, but but PAX was still, it's a big event. If you guys have never been to PAX, sadly, don't know when they're going to be back.
Yeah.
They did have PAX West online. I don't know how that went, but
yeah, I don't either.
It's so weird to walk that show floor for the very first time, because it's like you don't know what to do.
Yeah,
I don't know if
that's
you
how
experienced
I felt.
that.
I was just looking everywhere, and I was like, "Oh God."
Yeah. Did you play any games while you were at PAX?
I don't think I did, because there was just such long lines.
Oh man, I mean, waiting in line is the PAX experience. You know, you
Fuck
wait.
that. I am too impatient. I mainly go to PAX to meet people.
Fair enough. Fair enough. I think a lot of people do that as well.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I'll admit, I didn't really wait in like the first year that I was there. 2018 was my first PAX. I went to PAX East,
Yeah.
and I played so much shit.
Really?
Yeah. I have to give a shout out to Lena because she introduced me to a lot of awesome people that weekend, and I was very new to streaming. I was probably 2 months in because my very first live stream was February 3rd, 2018, and PAX East was in March, I believe, or the beginning of April of that year. So I was still very new, and she showed me around. Got to stream at the Elgato booth with her. It was really, really awesome. Really nice of her.
That's
She's a really
dope.
awesome person. If you guys have never met Lena Axios, she is on Twitch. You can find her twitch.tv/Lena Axios. Tell her I sent you. Tell her we sent you.
So, when I first joined Mixer, it was it started off as like a little bit of a distraction and kind of like, oh, this seems fun. Like, let's give it a shot.
Yeah.
And then I started getting like actual attention and people started like coming in and shit. And I was like, oh, like this is cool. Like I'm meeting so many like new people and they're just hanging out while I'm playing a video game. This is fucking awesome. And so yeah, I started like growing a bit more and I was getting pretty up there, you know? Like I'm not trying to like flex like or anything, but I was like doing pretty well.
No.
And then I think a few months into it, I guess just everything that I was using, like streaming as a distraction from, just kind of all caught up to me at once. So like I was I like just went through a breakup, and then 2 of my grandparents passed away in the same year. And then I guess it just really all caught up to me, and I like ended up having like kind of a little bit of a breakdown. So
yeah.
I took almost a year off of Mixer. Like I just left, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And then I came back after that little break. I met Sheikah, and she had such a cool community, and it was so like inviting and so welcoming, so dope. And then so I was hanging out there a lot, and I was also hanging in It's Jazz, her community as well. They were 2 very awesome people. And so I slowly started streaming again, and I was like, hey, this is fucking awesome. Like, I really miss this. I've just missed creating shit. And it just felt good to still have, like, so many friends that I've made before, that they were still there and being like, hey, it's okay. Like, I totally understand that you went through a time and that you needed a break. Because I know if I would have continued streaming, it just would not have been good on my mental health.
I think that it's good to distract yourself, but it shouldn't get so far to the point where you start to use it as a coping mechanism to distract yourself from peeling back those layers and really getting a good look at yourself and where your mental state is at.
And don't get me wrong, like, with streaming, if you're having a bad day and like you start streaming and then it makes you feel better, that's completely okay. I've had so many streams that I've started off like I feel like absolute shit, and then towards the end of it, I've literally never been happier. Like, I'm so thankful for, like, as much as Mixer is ass and fuck you Mixer, the people that I've met were absolutely life-changing.
You know, it is unfortunate how it went down, but I honestly, I don't look at it that way anymore. When I'll, like, every once in a while, you know, I'll have to bring up Mixer, and I've kind of evolved from kind of just like, oh yeah, it kind of like ended like this and that and blah 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 blah. But now it's, whenever I talk about it, it's just about the good times. even still on Mixer, we were still in our own little bubble, in our own little section of that platform.
Yeah,
and
I loved it.
I'm glad that we still have that on Twitch, you know, even if it's to a smaller capacity. Because, you know, a lot of people went elsewhere. A lot of people just stopped watching streams altogether, and that's totally understandable. As corny as it sounds, as long as I have you and everybody else that's important to me, I'm fine with whatever happens. If Twitch were to close down tomorrow, and it was kind of just like, all right, I guess this is happening again, you know. Mm-hmm. And I'm not saying I'm not saying Amazon's gonna, you know, close down Twitch, because I don't think that's gonna happen.
Yeah.
But I would be perfectly content just riding off into the sunset with you guys, and we could just play video games and just hang out and just have watch parties as long as Discord exists.
Fuck
and even if Discord went down someday, you know what? We'd find some fucking way.
Skype.
We got Skype, bitch. I haven't used Skype since I found out about Discord, but you know what? Thank you, Brianna, and I just want to thank really quick everybody that has been a part of my life over the last 3 years. I know we're getting like a really sentimental section of the podcast here.
Fuck yeah, let's be gay as shit.
Okay, I'm down for that. Everybody that I've gotten the pleasure of knowing, even if it was brief interactions, if we've barely even spoken, you know, regardless of that, just thank you everybody for. And I know this is like setting up to sound like a goodbye. This is not. It's just really late and I'm really tired. It's currently 1 a.m. at this point.
It is.
Thank you guys for being a part of this weird, crazy ride, because I was in a really dark place before I started streaming, and going down the road of these last 3 years, you know, it's crazy how such little time, you know, 3 years, 3 years isn't much, but I've done a lot of cool things, and I'm ready to keep doing cool things.
Quick shout out to my 3 favorite ladies on twitch.tv. Twitch.tv/Sheikah Wolfie. Twitch.tv/It's X Jazz. And forward slash, that's it. And twitch.tv/Hello Vixena. They're fucking awesome. Please go check them out if you haven't already. It feels like home in their communities. And it's just so easy to hang out, be happy. They make me laugh like no other. Give them a little high, you know? Tell them we sent you.
This is a tiny high. The tiniest of highs.
A little tiny high. Anyway, enough of that gay shit.
Enough of that sappy wappy bullshit.
We done with that. So we've decided on a new little segment. It's basically a trivia segment. It's called How Many Brain Cells Do You Have? Which basically we have 10 questions each, and we have a very limited amount of time to answer them. And then at the end, we find out which questions we got correct and how many we got wrong. And whoever has the most amount wrong has to do a little punishment for next week's episode.
You got to keep things spicy here in the Daydream Arcade,
keep things
guys.
Spicy, brother.
So we have devised 10 different questions. Got them pulled up right here.
Same.
And I have, I don't know if you have a stopwatch handy, Brianna?
I have my phone, but I can just use a timer.
Okay, cool. We'll have 2 minutes to answer each question. Or 2 minutes to answer all the questions.
I was like, whoa.
No, wait. Let me redo that. So we'll have 2 minutes to answer each question. Well, fuck, I did it again. Why is this so hard?
I don't know.
So we'll have 2 minutes to answer every question.
Oh my God.
How is this happening? You can't make this shit. Wait, no, I got it right. I said we'll have 2 minutes to answer every question. Every question, not each question.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Okay. Jesus Christ. This is going to be a pain in the ass to edit. Okay. Would you like to flip a coin and see who gets to go first?
Yes.
Okay. So I'm going to let you call it. What do you want?
Tails.
Okay. I was gonna say we'll call it in the air, but you can't see me right now. All right, so Brianna has tails, and I will take heads because that's the only other option. Here we go. Looks like it's tails.
So I ask you the questions?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh boy.
Ready for this?
I'm not good at trivia, guys.
All right, and timer starting now. In the movie The Nightmare Before Christmas, who wants to take over Christmas and orders the kidnapping of Santa Claus?
Oogie Boogie.
Number 2. What is sauerkraut?
It is like what is it made? Like what is it made out of, or what is it?
Yeah,
like,
just what is it?
Cabbage. Like shredded cabbage.
What horror game created more fear of animatronics?
Five Nights at Freddy's.
What's the first of Elizabeth Kubler-Ross's, I don't know if it's Kubler or Kubler, 5 stages of grief? So what's the first one?
Denial.
The Da Vinci Code repeats the myth that the glass pyramid in front of the Louvre consists of how many panes?
Say it again.
The Da Vinci Code repeats the myth that the glass pyramid in front of the Louvre consists of how many panes?
4.
What instrument did Michelle play in American Pie?
The piccolo.
What nationality is Celine Dion?
Canadian?
What Ray Bradbury novel is named for temperature at which paper catches fire?
One more time.
What Ray Bradbury novel is named for temperature at which paper catches fire?
Pass.
Nick Carraway was the narrating lead character in which classic novel?
Fuck, pass.
What is the literary term for a word that is spelled the same backwards as it is forward? And you're out of time.
Fuck. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Miss Adkins is an artist born in London. What is she famously known as?
Oh my god. All I know is the Atkins diet. I don't know what that is. Pass.
Okay. Why is the 6th of February a national holiday in Jamaica?
Oh my god.
Would you like a hint?
Yes.
Jamaica.
Is it the Ganja Day?
Kind of?
Bob Marley.
Yes.
know.
But yes. But why is it a holiday?
Is it Bob Marley's birthday?
What is the birthplace of Napoleon Bonaparte? You can just give me the country.
Europe. I don't know. Somewhere in Europe. I know it's a continent, but
Okay, I'm not gonna. Okay. In the Twilight series book New Moon, which city does Collins tell everyone that they were moving to?
wait, repeat that again?
In the Twilight series book New Moon, which city does Collins tell everyone they were moving to?
It's Collins.
I don't know. I never read Twilight.
Italy. I don't know. Because I know there was a part where they were
A cat
in
stays in the
Rome.
heat for how many days?
A cat stays in heat?
Yeah, a cat stays in the heat for how many days?
7 days?
Which singer's real name is Stefani Joanne Angelina
Lady
Germanata?
Gaga, bitch.
What color eyes do most humans have?
Brown.
Okay, and your time's up.
Oh. Was that all of them or how many?
Nope. We will go through it.
So you got the first one wrong. It's Jack Skellington, not Oogie Boogie. You got
Wait,
the
what was the
second
name
one.
of the what was the question again?
In the movie The Nightmare Before Christmas, who wants to take over Christmas and orders the kidnapping of Santa Claus?
Oh, god damn it. For some reason, my mind just went to the villain.
Yeah, when I first read that question, I was like, oh, it's Oogie Boogie. And then I saw the answer and I was like, oh, wait.
Oh, man. Somebody's probably listening to this right now and was just like, you fucking idiot. Someone's just like slamming on their desk really hard, breaking their keyboard.
Okay. So, number 2, what is sauerkraut? You got that right.
Okay.
Number 3, the horror game of animatronics. You got that right. It's Five Nights at Freddy's.
Yes.
You got the 4th one right. It's the first, like the 5 stages of grief. It's denial.
Okay.
The Da Vinci Code one is not 4. It's 666.
Jesus Christ. I was just like, I was like, even number. Let's go.
What instrument does Michelle play in American Pie? It's the flute, not the piccolo.
Flute.
Yeah. You got Celine Dion's nationality correct. She is Canadian.
Okay.
The Ray Bradbury novel is Fahrenheit 451.
Oh.
Nick Carraway is from The Great Gatsby. And the literary term is palindrome. Yeah. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4 correct.
Okay.
I feel like I got mine all wrong.
Okay. All right. You'll see. You'll see in a second. Okay. So, Miss Atkins is an artist born in London. What is she famously known as?
Yeah. So the Atkins diet.
The Atkins diet. It's Adele.
Oh. Okay.
All right, so why is the 6th of February a national holiday in Jamaica? I kind of gave this one to you.
Okay.
It is Bob Marley's birthday, so you got that correct.
All right, cool.
What is the birthplace of Napoleon Bonaparte? I told you that you could just guess the country. You said Europe, somewhere in Europe, and I decided to just take it from you because you gave me 2 answers, and I just needed one, so they canceled each other out. It is Corsica, France, but I would have just taken France.
Oh, okay.
In the Twilight series book New Moon, which city does Collins tell everyone that they were moving to? I don't know if Collins is a character. I've never seen Twilight. I am very unfamiliar with Twilight, but the other day during the stream when I asked you if you've watched Twilight, if you're familiar with Twilight, and you said yes, I was like, okay, maybe she'll get this question right.
Because Cullen is like the last name of like Edward Cullen and like the Cullen family.
Oh, maybe it's the Collins family. Maybe it was just worded wrong.
Okay.
I just got these off of a trivia website. The answer is Los Angeles. I think you said Italy.
So close.
Did they go to other countries in Twilight?
Yeah, they're I think in New Moon, Edward breaks up with Bella, and then Edward thinks Bella's dead, and then he goes to Italy to kill himself because Bella's dead. And I'm like, what?
I mean, hey, Italy. So
Italy.
It was there. All right.
Yeah.
A cat stays in the heat for how many days? It's 5.
Damn, I said 7.
I was very disappointed because you are a cat owner.
I know, but I got my cat was like fixed when I got her, so she was never like in heat.
Oh.
So I've never like had to deal with that.
Which singer's real name is Stefani Joanne Angelina Germanata? Germanata. I may have said Angela instead of Angelina. Maybe, I don't know. You were correct. It is Lady Gaga.
Hey, love that bitch.
And then the last one you got to was, what color eyes do most humans have? You said brown at the very last second.
Yeah.
It is brown.
Nice. So I got 2 right, and you got 4.
You got 3 right.
Oh.
Yeah. So
all right.
This means I have to come up with a punishment for you next week.
You do. Yeah.
I don't know what it's going to be.
You know, we'll figure it out. Just stay tuned.
Just stay tuned, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to work on her punishment together.
I'm going to die next episode.
You have chosen to come back to record another episode. But little did you know, you have chosen death. No, we can't kill you on the podcast yet.
Yeah, I know. It's got to be a...
We're not past episode 6 yet.
I feel like we got to at least pass season 1.
How many episodes in a season of the Daydream Arcade? What if we did this podcast by seasons?
That's what I'm saying.
But podcasts don't have seasons.
Yes, they do.
They do?
Yeah, every time I upload on Buzzsprout, it's like, put the season and then the episode number. And I'm like, season 1, episode, whatever.
Podcast with seasons.
Podcast with seasons.
Man, the why and how of podcasting and seasons. This guy looks like a wannabe, the author looks like a wannabe Jeff Goldblum.
Oh, no.
Podcasting and seasons makes sense for a lot of businesses and content creators because it makes things more manageable. It lifts the constant pressure to release new episodes each week, and it gives you time to reflect and plan upcoming content. I mean, I guess he's got a point.
Yeah.
You know what? I'll give you this one, Darryl Gorman.
Darryl Gorman.
If that's even your real name. Jeff. I'm not going to read all of this, but I mean, I guess we could do podcasts and seasons.
So, Darryl, what have you been listening to this week?
Okay, so I know a certain person that's going to get really angry when I say this, but I've been listening to some Billie Eilish this week.
Hey.
I know that you introduced me to her latest song, Therefore I Am.
What a good song.
If you guys haven't seen the music video for it, it's pretty wholesome. I think it's pretty cool.
It's cute.
It's like shot in a mall. I'm pretty sure her brother filmed it.
Mm-hmm.
It's just her like just causing mischief in this empty mall, which is actually a pretty cool idea for a music video.
It is.
And
she got a whole ass mall.
Mm-hmm. And the beat in Therefore I Am is really catchy. Like from the minute the second that song plays, it's just super, super catchy.
Yeah.
And if I could describe her voice in this song, it's like putting melted butter over a biscuit.
Dude, it's so
It just
smooth.
flows so smoothly.
Like, she can sing me to sleep any day.
The first time I ever heard Billie Eilish was on a Christmas commercial. I don't know if you know exactly which one I'm talking about.
Yeah. What is that song?
Come Out and Play.
Oh, yes! Come Out and Play. I was thinking of Everything I Wanted, but it's not.
And I'm really into this comedian by the name of Randy Feltface. He's been doing this thing on his Instagram called Breakfast Songs, where he will chat with an indie artist while he eats his breakfast in the morning. And if you guys don't know who Randy Feltface is, he's amazing. Check him out on YouTube. He has a really awesome stand-up special called Randy Writes a Novel. Check it out. If you haven't heard of Randy Feltface, you will not be disappointed. But he had this artist by the name of Lisa Caruso on. She has an album called In Feelings. It's really nice, chill indie kind of vibe, and I'm going to be putting a couple songs on the playlist. It'll be cool to like throw different things in here and just shuffle this around and just see where our minds are at. Later down the road when there's like hundreds of songs in this playlist.
I'm excited for that.
So if you guys haven't checked it out yet, we have a playlist on Spotify. All you got to do is look up the Daydream Arcade favorites. There should be a description so you guys know exactly which one you're listening to. You guys can follow that playlist, or you guys can just use that and just go through, listen to the music that we have recommended on this show. It's pretty cool. So that was a very long what I've been listening to. But what have you been listening to, Brianna? So
I know I said I was gonna wait, but I have not been able to stop listening to Plastic Hearts by Miley Cyrus.
Oh,
and that's
shit.
her latest album. It's a completely different sound, new vibes, new everything. Absolutely her best album.
I'm excited to listen to it with you. We got to sit down sometime this week and listen to it.
Yes, we do.
When I'm not dying.
I feel that. So she She's done a song with Dua Lipa, Billy Idol, Joan Jett, and Stevie Nicks, all on this album.
It's fucking incredible.
And it's fucking amazing. Like, there's even so the song that she did with Stevie Nicks is like a bonus song. It's like a remix of a song that's on here already. Or sorry, it's a remix of a single that she put out. And then the last two songs are her covers of Heart of Glass and Zombie.
Nice.
Yeah. But I think my favorite off of this album is called Gimme What I Want. It's so catchy. Like, you can't help but, like, just dance a little bit. Like, right when that chorus hits, you're like, oh. And even the opener, it's like, it's such a really good song to just open this album because, like, you know exactly what it's going to be about. I think my only critique on this album is the songs don't really flow into one another, but they're all still really good. But I think that complaint is just, like, the nerd in me that just likes those albums that, like, flow through.
It's totally understandable, like, being somebody who has done like recording in studios before and has actually made a record with a band. A lot of time goes into figuring out which tracks flow into the next one very well.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say that you can't just throw a bunch of songs together in a random order.
Yeah, like this song especially, like she pretty much just kind of like threw songs in. Like there's the third song is kind of like a ballad, and then it goes right into like an upbeat song.
Okay.
And then like the first two songs before that are upbeat.
I normally would see a ballad in an album
like towards the end.
Towards the end.
Right? Yeah.
Or a little bit over halfway. We'll get back to you guys on the Miley Cyrus album.
Cool. But yeah, that's what I've been listening to. This album's been really good. I've had it on repeat for the past few days since it came out, really.
Has there been anything that you've been watching lately that's been catching your interest?
So on YouTube, I don't know if you know Trixie Mattel.
I am unaware.
Okay, so her and Katya, so they were drag queens on RuPaul's Drag Race.
Oh, wait. I think I know who you're talking about. If I can just like, hang on.
If you look her up, you'll recognize her.
Yep.
Yeah. So her and Katya, they have a show on YouTube where basically they just like pick a topic and just start talking about it. But it's so fucking funny because like they both just like crack jokes at each other and just like in general. And they work so well with each other. Mm-hmm. So it's kind of like a podcast, but not as long and video.
That's pretty cool. Because it's like, I wonder how our content is going to translate, because so far we've only done an audio only format. So I wonder if it's going to be different transferring into a video sort of style. And seeing how people who watch our stuff, or at this point listen to our stuff, enjoy watching our stuff.
Yeah.
Me personally, I've been really, really getting hooked on this show called Sense8.
Oh yes, you showed me that. You started watching that.
I've been watching a little bit of it with my good friend Winter, and it's such an amazing fucking show.
It's really awesome so far. I know we're only like 2 episodes in, but it's fantastic.
Yeah, I purposely didn't go forward where her and I are, but I definitely have enough time to go back with you and watch some of the earlier episodes. Sadly, there's only 2 seasons, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Because the show's budget, like it apparently there weren't enough viewers to keep the show going.
Damn.
Because like their budget was really big, because it's like they're filming all over the world for this show. It's actually, I would say, one of the best things cinematically that I've seen in a long time.
Yeah, it's very different from like other shows.
I don't know. It makes me want to kind of just learn how to do film and stuff like that. Oh my god. I forgot something.
Huh.
We have to answer Twitter questions.
Yes, we do.
Oh man, we went through this whole entire episode and I almost forgot. Okay, perfect. All right, so last week, as some of you may have seen, I posted on Twitter the weekly question, which we're going to be doing, unless we forget, periodically throughout We're going to try and do this in between every single episode and get your guys' interactions and stuff. And we're going to see how it goes. We want to know what were some of the cafeteria foods you guys really enjoyed as kids in school, or I know some of you approached us and said you didn't really have cafeteria foods and you kind of had to bring your own stuff. But luckily, I also included if you had a snack that you haven't had since then when you were a kid and you love the hell out of it, let us know. And quite a few of you responded. So those of you that responded, thank you very much. We're going to try and get through every single one here in a timely fashion. For me personally, I don't know if you've ever heard of these, Brianna, but they're called Bosco sticks. Did you ever have those? They were basically cheese stuffed breadsticks.
Oh, that sounds really good.
They were really good. When I was in high school, I was introduced to Bosco sticks. And
where did you usually get them?
What?
Like, where did you usually get them? Like, they're at school or like?
Yeah, at school in like the cafeteria. Okay. I'm sure you could have gotten them elsewhere. Let me see if hang on. If I Google Bosco sticks, foodservicedirect.com is like the first website that pops up. I don't think you need to have like a license. Imagine you need a license to buy mozzarella filled breadsticks. But let's see. 3.1 ounce, 36 per case for $54.95. Free shipping on orders over $750. Yeah, no.
Jesus Christ.
Somebody want to buy us $750 worth of breadsticks? Because we'll eat them. Split them between the both of us.
You can get them at Walmart.
You can get everything at Walmart. Why didn't I think of that? Walmart. You can get them on Amazon too, apparently. I've never ordered food over Amazon. What if you have to get something that's refrigerated? Do they send you a cold box?
What I don't... Oh, wait, no. Because my mom has gotten, like, food delivery. Like, it's kind of like a meal plan kind of thing. So she got it delivered. And when it was, like, cold stuff, they put, like, bags of ice with it.
Okay.
Yeah, so it was, like, always cold until it got there. And then you just put it immediately in... What happened?
They sell stuffed Bosco sticks. Pizza sticks.
Huh.
Brianna, you need to look at this. I have been cheated my entire fucking life. I once thought that Bosco sticks were just the cheese-filled ones, but no, they have pepperoni and cheese.
Oh, yeah, I saw that when I looked them up.
That's a game changer.
Ones. Yeah.
Was there anything that you were particularly into?
I think when I was in school, I know sometimes we would have like these little, like this little cup and it had mashed potatoes with like gravy on it. And that shit slapped, dude. Oh my God. And like the chicken, I would also have like barbecue sauce with it. So it would be like chicken, mashed potatoes.
Was it like chicken breast or was it like chicken
it was like
nuggets?
a chicken. It was like a chicken breast. It was like a baked chicken.
Oh, okay. I like the baked chicken. That's awesome.
It was really good.
When I was in middle school, we had two lines. We had the regular lunch. They would send out printed menus every single month where it would just be a rotation of different things. Either be in that line or you could go to the a la carte line, which was like different pizzas, quesadillas, burgers, and shit like that, and fries. And there was also a snack line where you could get cookies, brownies. They didn't have soda, but they did have, now that I'm thinking about it, they had stuff called Riptide. I don't know if you ever had Riptide.
No.
If anybody out there has ever had Riptide, if you can get your hands on it.
Was it like a juice or?
It was like a sparkling juice.
What?
Let me see. Riptide, I don't know if it still exists, but I remember Riptide. It was really good.
Did you ever have those little like pouches with like apple juice or like
the plastic
juice?
Pouches?
Yeah, it was like see-through. Yeah, dude, those were so much fun. People would be like yeeting them across the cafeteria. Because
it doesn't take that much effort to just gulp it down in like a fraction of a second.
Exactly. And like you can like stab it with a fucking straw, or you can just like cut off a little corner.
Yeah, I would always like peel it back a little bit and just like gently sip out of it.
Yeah.
I would always get the apple juice. I always hated the orange juice.
I loved apple juice. Yeah, the orange juice kind of tasted a little sus.
Was there any like particular snack that you really loved growing up that you may not have had in a long time?
Oh my God. Do you remember Grips?
Grips. I don't.
Grips.
Oh wait. Was that like the Cheez-Its, but they were like tinier?
Yeah, they were like cheese, and then there was like the chocolate chip cookie ones. Yeah.
You know what's so funny? I even remember. I just typed it in. I still remember to this day that they were spelled with a Z.
Yeah, exactly.
They were so good. I remember.
I loved those.
My mom used to get 2 different Grips. There would be the Cheez-It ones, the Teddy Graham ones, and the Keebler Chips Deluxe.
Yes.
I have three other siblings, and when we were all living together at the time, you know, as you do when you're kids, and the Cheez-It ones were always the last ones in the box because everyone wanted the sweet shit.
Exactly.
Do you remember Dunkaroos?
I loved Dunkaroos.
I think somebody commented saying Dunkaroos, but I'm sorry I beat you to it. But Dunkaroos, oh man. Oh, Eggy said Dunkaroos. Sorry, Eggy.
Oh, hell yeah.
So let's go through and read some of these messages. Why don't we? Mr. No Fox Given, love that fucking name, said Mexican pizza. That's what they call. In parentheses, that's what they called it. I don't know if that's to just like be like, I'm not trying to be racist or anything.
No, I think
but
that's genuinely what it was called, like Mexican pizza.
I don't think we ever had Mexican pizza. And he also said chocolate chip cookies and chocolate milk. Cafeteria chocolate milk was kind of sus at times too.
Oh, 100%. Like that shit was definitely spoiled. And I want to know how we all didn't like shit ourselves having like a full meal and then just scarfing it down with chocolate milk.
I think they put Imodium in the food. Little doses of Imodium.
Imodium or Pepto?
Doesn't Pepto kind of make you shit or
no?
Not shit,
it's supposed to help, like when you have an upset stomach and you're like shitting away.
I can't do Pepto because when I do Pepto, I can do Alka-Seltzer tabs. I can also do Tums, but I can't do Pepto. Pepto, literally the second I swallow that shit, it comes right back up.
Ooh, yeah, it doesn't taste the best.
No, but Mexican pizza, I don't know what that entails.
So I used to have Mexican pizza back in my school. So it was kind of like this dough, like this pizza dough. And then it had like little balls of like ground beef on it.
Okay.
And then it had like the pizza sauce. And then for cheese, I want to say it was like Mexican cheese, like that, like
the taco seasoning cheese.
Yeah. Like the variety. So it had all of that. It was all right. Like it wasn't the best, but
right. I mean, can we sit here and really look back on our days in school and say, yeah, my cafeteria, 5-star, Michelin,
incredible
quality food. Can we really sit here and say that? I don't think so.
I don't think so.
Although I will say, when I got to high school, the quality of food went up by a lot. And then literally the year after I graduated, they ended up getting a cook, like a legit cook, who made really good food. And I ended up working for the guy. I'm not working for the guy, but ended up working with the guy actually at my last job. And I remember he was so proud about working at my high school. I drove him home one day and he like came out and he showed me like the letter of recommendation.
Nice.
That the school gave him to come work where I was. And I was just like, dude, that's so cool. You're going to hate it here. But anyway, like if anybody out there is listening to this and you actually legitimately think that you had amazing quality cafeteria food, whether you were in elementary school, middle school, or high school, or anything else, college doesn't count because you have so many options when you go to college.
Oh, yeah.
But if you truly believe and would like to fight me on my opinion that all cafeteria food is shit, please see me out back after school in the parking lot. Mr. Dr. Eggplant said, I used to get spoiled because my mom used to work in my high school cafeteria, so I would get fresh calzones all the time. But in elementary school, Dunkaroos all day. You know what? It's so funny that I just said somebody who actually legitimately had great cafeteria food come fight me. So Eggy, I will see you out back in the parking lot, motherfucker. 3:15 p.m. Would you like to read the next one?
Sure. I'll do Norm. So this is from Norm Rhodes. High school was pretty lit with having a vending machine in the lunchroom, so I would get a Fruitopia with Skittles for lunch. In middle school, though, baked chicken with veggies. Nice.
Ooh, at least you got your veggies in. I remember cafeteria. Do you remember cafeteria green beans?
They were sus.
They were disgusting. I don't know about you, but I kind of like my green beans to have a little bit of snap to it.
Yeah, no, there needs to be like crunch.
Yeah,
it can't just be a soggy mess.
Fruitopia. I don't remember Fruitopia.
It's some juice, but I feel him. I used to always get in high school, my last class, it was algebra. Every single time I would get a lemonade and Skittles.
I used to get a Riptide and sour Skittles. And this is going to be a little gross, but I used to, when my Riptide would get down past, like the bottle was laid out, it was like there was a stem and then the shape of the bottle.
Oh.
And when I got down past the stem, I would take some sour Skittles and I would dump them into my Riptide, shake it up, and then drink it. And then at the bottom, by the end, would be just these colorless Skittles that I would just like guess what the flavor was. They would still have flavor to it. And I would bite into it, and it would be kind of still hard, but kind of nice and mushy. And I don't know. I'm kind of gross. I was gross.
I get it.
All right, next one up is Supercats, and Supercats says spicy nacho Doritos and a small cup of nacho cheese.
Ooh.
I've never dipped Doritos into nacho cheese, but I've heard that they're really good. You know what we used to do? I don't know if this was the cafeteria that did it, but in middle school, we would get bags of Doritos and get the ground beef, cheese, a little bit of lettuce, and put it into the Dorito bag, crush the Doritos up, and you would make a taco salad. Take some Tabasco sauce, pour some of that shit into the bag, mix it up, take a plastic spoon, and just eat right out of the bag. Fucking taco salad, baby.
That's crazy.
Taco salad for the average man.
Uh-huh.
Right there.
So next one we got is Lena Axios. Those breakfast pizzas. No one ever remembers them, but when they do, I don't think I've ever had a breakfast pizza.
There are so many different types of breakfast pizza. I don't exactly remember which one. I don't exactly remember what she's talking about. So Lena, if you're listening to this, I need you to do me a favor. I don't think that you have a picture of the breakfast pizzas you're thinking of lying around anywhere, but if you do know the name of the company or whatever, please send me a photo and we will discuss this further. But breakfast pizza.
What even is a breakfast pizza? Like, what's on it?
Okay, so what I'm used to is you have your pizza crust and it's cheese, scrambled eggs, and you can either have like sausage, bacon, chorizo, like any kind of like breakfast meat on there, and the sauce is like a creamy white sauce. It's really good.
Okay.
I don't know what the sauce is. It's just a creamy white sauce, and it's so fucking good. If we ever get a chance, if we're ever together in person again, if there's an opportunity to get breakfast pizza, I'm gonna make you try.
Okay.
Next, we have T Spades. She says, "Oh my goodness, the turkey and gravy slop, so good."
Oh my god, I remember having that like right before Thanksgiving break. We would have like a little like Thanksgiving lunch. Oh my god. It was so questionable, but I loved the fucking mashed potatoes.
It was so questionable. I don't remember having turkey and gravy slop for around Thanksgiving. We probably did have turkey with mashed potatoes and gravy, and of course the sus green beans. But yeah. I don't ever really remember eating it. I remember the mashed potatoes in middle school were disgusting. I think it was
really?
it was like a powder and water. You just mix it together, and boom. mediocre
Oh my
mashed
god,
potatoes.
I loved it, especially with the gravy. Oh my god.
Now, don't get me wrong. I love gravy. I love mashed potatoes. But you gotta feed the growing minds of America and the children across the entire world. Fucking
Give us actual potatoes.
give us food. Like we can't live off of instant mashed potatoes.
Yeah.
And like fuck, man. We will not stand for this. You know what we need to do? We need to change lunch all across America. I know
Isn't
right
that
now
what Michelle Obama was trying to do?
I think that's what she was trying. That's definitely what she was trying to do.
She couldn't even do it.
You know, if Michelle couldn't do it, I think you got to call in the big guns. You know what, Brianna? I think it's time. I think it's time that we finally launch the Daydream arcade rocket. I think it's ready. I know last summer we had that little mishap with one of the engines. One of the engines failed.
That wasn't fun. We
No.
almost died.
We had to basically rebuild from the ground up, but I think the current prototype that we have right now is all set to go. All we need is the green light.
All we need is love.
All we need is love. This power doesn't run on rocket fuel, it runs on love. So if you guys ever want to see the Daydream arcade rocket ever blast off into space, you better give us more love.
Just love us. That's it.
Give us a 5-star rating on Apple Podcasts and wherever you can rate this podcast. Please give it a 5-star rating. We beg of you.
Please.
We're struggling here. Ever since the roof collapsed, it's just been chaos.
Just been downhill since then.
Oh, man. I've had to take out a second mortgage on the fucking place.
Anyway, so the next one is from Ninja Hippie Pirate. Those terrible square pizzas with French fries. Why was I allowed to do this through middle and high school is beyond me, but it was awesome then. I remember whenever we had pizza at school, it was like these really weird, like long triangle looking things, but it didn't look like a normal slice. It just looked like a long thin like slice, and it was weird.
That's disgusting.
Because it was like cardboard as the fucking crust. Yeah.
Because I remember the pizza that they would make a ton of this shit, right? And we would just devour it like crazy. But looking back on it, yeah, it was essentially barely melted mozzarella cheese with just like tomato paste, the blandest tomato sauce ever on cardboard.
Yep, that's literally like the cheese was ass, the sauce was ass, the crust was ass.
The only time that there was actually good pizza was when you had a pizza party and they ordered outside from the cafeteria.
They would always get, for me, they would always get Papa John's like cheese pizza. I think cheese and pepperoni. Oh my God, I'd fuck that shit up.
I know that Ninja Hippie Pirate included a GIF in his reply, and it's just the pizza moving back and forth, and it's kind of disturbing.
And it looks exactly like it.
Yeah, so I'm gonna get that out of the way here.
Disgusting.
Disgusting. All right, so next we have a reply from Stormiest Ant. Those Cheeto fries. The moment I had one, fell in love with them. Okay,
Cheeto fries.
Yeah, that's what I said when I read this. So, Stormiest, if you have a photo of said Cheeto fries, please send them to me. When I see Cheeto fries, I think of those Cheeto fries from Burger King. I don't know if you remember those.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking of too. That might be what he means.
Possibly. Was Burger King in your cafeteria? Stormiest?
Or maybe he just got those like as a snack. He just loved those.
That's true, because we did mention snacks. But yeah, no, Stormiest, if you're listening to this, please let me know what these said Cheeto fries looked like. I never had the Cheeto fries from Burger King. I haven't had Burger King since I was like 5.
So, unpopular opinion, I think that the sweet and sour sauce from Burger King is better than McDonald's. And low-key, their chicken is better than McDonald's. But their fries are ass, and I definitely prefer McDonald's fries.
McDonald's fry, you can't go wrong with a McDonald's fry.
Like they're just like perfectly salted every single time.
I'm pretty sure that the frying oil they use is just 100% pure MSG, and that's why they taste so fucking good.
Oh, for sure. For sure.
I remember Burger King fries used to be so good. They used to be so good.
Now they're not.
Nope.
Because they're just so bland. Like, there's barely any sauce. Wow. There's barely any salt or, like, flavor to them. Like, they're just little potato cardboard sticks.
Yeah, and I don't have the balls to go tell a fast food worker, hey,
oh no,
put more salt on these.
Oh no, their lives are already hell having to work at a fucking fast food restaurant. Like,
yeah,
if you asked someone to be like, hey, can you put more salt, they would definitely spit in it.
I felt awkward having to ask for hot sauce at the Taco Bell drive-thru window because I saw I was like, well, they didn't ask me if I want sauce, so I like look over and I see that my bag's open. The guy comes over, hands me my card. I was like, I'm sorry. I'm really, really, really sorry. The actual words that came out of my mouth, like as if I'm like being a gigantic inconvenience. Just like, I'm really, really sorry, but can I have some hot sauce, please? And the guy gave me like 3 hot sauce packets.
Honestly,
which was not enough, but at the same time, at that point, I'm like, you know what? I'll take what I can get. If you wanted to give me one that was empty, I will fucking take it. As long as there's a hot sauce packet in this bag, I will be fine. Thank
truly,
you.
I feel like I don't give a fuck when I ask for more sauce, because when you order and like you ask for the sauce there, it comes up on the screen. So if you forget to put the sauce, you're just a fucking idiot. Like, I remember seeing it every single time when I was making someone's bag at McDonald's, and I'd be like, oh, they want sauce? Here you go. Like, it's not hard.
Yeah, I remember one time I went up and I got chicken nuggets at McDonald's and I asked them if I could have sauce, and they were just like, it's going to be 5 cents or something per packet. I was like,
that's fucking stupid.
Like,
it does not cost.
Fuck you. Fuck
like,
you.
Fuck off.
Like, I mean, don't get us wrong. We've both worked in the food industry.
Yes.
To some extent.
Hell.
Yeah.
Absolute hell.
But fuck you, man.
Like,
just give me the sauce.
Common sense, dude. Like, it's not gonna fucking get anybody in trouble. I literally remember whenever I had to like stock up and shit, I would go to the back and we just have boxes on boxes on boxes of sauce. And I'm like, these motherfuckers are trying to charge for this shit? Like, fuck you.
Each customer gets a box of fucking sauce packets. You can live off this shit. You'll never go hungry.
Literally. Anyway, so our last one is from Jacob Varghese. I am so sorry that I butchered that. Just so sorry. When I lived in Jersey, school pizza slapped. When I moved to Texas, school pizza sucked. So I guess I miss good school cafeteria pizza.
Man, I guess school pizza is obviously different in every single state and every single school that you go to.
Yeah.
But all my life in school, all I've known is the bland cardboard square pizza, to the point where we would be fucking creaming our pants every time that we would have a pizza party because we knew that we'd be getting it from somewhere else. And it was always a Sicilian sliced pizza. And I love a good old Sicilian. Later on, when I got older and I was in school, they would also order wings for pizza parties too. It's like, fuck yeah!
Ooh.
I'm sorry that Texas has really shitty school pizza.
Yeah, dude.
You know, I thought Texas was known for, you know, having great food, but I guess not. We have replies from Kat.
Oh my God.
From your lovely girlfriend.
So she sent us a picture of this, like, a frozen smoothie, and it's called Moosies. And she said, and some people would have challenges how fast you can eat them and not scream or cry from brain freeze.
Just imagine.
And she was like, I did it once, I did not win.
Oh my God. Just imagine walking into the cafeteria and, like, let's say that you're a kid that's visiting and you get shown around and you get to the cafeteria and there are kids just on the ground holding their foreheads, just screaming and crying bloody murder. It's like, what happened? It's like, it's the Moosies.
Oh my God. And then she also put, for like a snack, she said Spaceman candy sticks. It looks like a pack of cigarettes, but it's candy. But they ended up taking away the red tip because it promotes smoking.
Yeah, that's always a little...
Yeah, they kind of look like cigarettes, but like, they're candy sticks.
Do you remember the cigarettes like the bubblegum cigarettes.
Oh my God, yeah.
They like legitimately looked like cigarettes. Mm-hmm. We once got several students thrown in detention for like,
oh my God,
for like always having them around and stuff like that. And you know, I mean, I get it. Smoking cigarettes, shouldn't be advertising that to children, but and she also had another one too. Le snack.
Le snack. Oh my God, random thought. Do you remember those like bubblegum tape things? It was like Hubba
bubble
Bubba.
tape?
Yes.
I
Dude,
miss bubble tape. You know what else?
I loved those.
I can one up that one.
What?
Big League Chew. Do you remember Big League Chew? It came in like bags, and they were like, it was like shredded bubble gum, basically.
I don't think I've ever had that.
I miss Big League Chew. I used to just play baseball. I used to do like Little League baseball just so my dad would buy me Big League Chew. I remember I once took like an entire bag of it before a game, and I just like had it in my mouth just like the entire time. And by the end of the game, I like spit it out, and it was just like big, gigantic wad of just bubble gum. Like,
have you ever bitten into like the middle of the bubble tape?
No. Is it like impossible? Is it like impossible?
No, like I would just do it just to fuck around, just because I could. I'd like grab the whole like roll of the tape and just bite into it.
That's amazing. Do they still sell bubble tape?
Yeah.
Oh man, if you guys want to get us a gift, send us both a bunch of bubble tape.
Dead ass.
Like any kind of bubble tape. Get some Big League Chew. And also send some to Serge so that she can.
I've never heard of that. Or I feel like I have, but I don't think I've had it.
It's so good. Haven't had it in a bit. But yeah, that concludes this week's Twitter segment. Thank you guys. We're going to have another question ready for you sometime this week. We will brainstorm together and come up with it. And once again, guys, if you have any advice, if you guys are going through rough times, I know that we're all going through some shit right now. If you feel lonely, if there's anything, I totally understand, you know, people may not want to voice their, you know, problems and have them read out on the air. But if you do need somebody to talk to, or just need to hear advice from somebody, you know, we're not trained professionals, obviously. Just know that even if you don't want it to be read out on the podcast, you can still send us advice, and we will read it privately, and we will get back to you with some solid advice. And also, if you guys just have any questions or just any funny stories or just some shit that you think that you just want to share to be read out on this podcast, just email us at thedaydreamarcade@gmail.com or just message us on Twitter.
We appreciate each and every one of you that listens and that hangs out even when we stream. It's been awesome. I've enjoyed every single episode that we've been making. It's just literally just such a fun experience.
And you can follow us at the Daydream Arcade on Instagram and Daydream Arcade on Twitter. And me personally, you can follow me at Young Retro Live on Twitter, Young Retro 64 on Instagram, and Young Retro 64 on Twitch.
And if you want to check me out, you can find me on Instagram, Certicate, on Twitter, Certicate, and on Twitch, Certicate. So just, you know, pretty easy.
She got lucky all across the board. Me personally, there's a couple young retros that I need to have a personal talk with. But, you know, it is what it is in this content creator world.
It is, fortunately.
Thank you guys so much for listening to this episode of the podcast, and we will see you guys next week for episode 5. We're getting very close to episode 6, and once we pass that threshold, we're fucking ending the podcast. So
that's it. So enjoy.
We told you guys we were making the promise, and it's gonna happen. So hope you guys have a wonderful weekend. Thank you for listening once again. Appreciate it. Have a good rest of your evening, day, or morning.
Peace out, Girl Scouts.
Bye-bye.